All right, now we've got our rods rigged, and I'm using the 7-foot heavy action rod this time with the 15-pound line with a 10-inch twist tail worm. So the way to get maximum cast out of a rod like this, so you can get past the fish and get the lure to them proper, you need to make a really long cast. You can cover more water, that way you can have your presentation better when your lure gets to the fish instead of dropping on. But one of the ways I tell people to cast further is it's all in the setup of your rod. Kind of like a golf swing, follow through is really important. So in this case, the way I can get this worm further as far as I can is to leave about that much line out, take it here, push my thumb on the line. I'm going to take my reel, put it sideways to my face, put the rod below my waistline, left foot forward, right foot back, here, and then take my left hand here, and then pull on through, and I'm going to keep that reel sideways all the way down and point that rod tip to where I want the lure to actually go. I get the lure out there, I'm going to feed it line and let it get down to the bottom. That way, if you engage your reel, as soon as you cast, it's going to fall back to the boat and you're going to lose some ground or even drop on the fish, and that won't be good in the long run. So when I'm fishing this Texas rig, once I get it on the bottom, I'm going to use little movements. The fish are set up on these spots, and you're usually, you can only cover so much ground in front of your boat. But Lake Fork's got kind of highly pressured fish, so you need to fish for them really diligently, and put yourself in the best position to catch one of these big bass. Big bass are predators, and they live in the same areas, and they have to live around bass fishermen, especially on Lake Fork. So I'm going to go in as quiet as I can. I still leave my depth finders on out here in the deeper water. I still don't use live scope or mega live a whole lot. I grew up with it. I still like worm fishing, so I don't mind getting to an area where I know big fish live and fish for them. But I'm going to take that Texas rig, and a Texas rig gets its action from a lift and drop rod action. So you can lift it and then drop it. But I'm still not moving my lure towards me a lot because I don't want to. I want to get it in or around something. Now I'm in a little tree right there, so I've got a little weight on that rod, and my weight is kind of binding up on it. That's fine. Don't try to pull it over it. Leave it there. Give it a few shakes. You can see my rod is, I'm not moving that line forward again. Now if I pull into it, I probably get hung up, but I don't want to get hung up because I don't want to drive my boat over those fish. So the best thing to do, push your button, make sure it's not a big fish taking it first, and just put your rod tip up high and give it some bounces. Then I came over that limb. Now it's dropping back down, so I don't want to pull it out of there. That's where the fish are, so I want to keep my worm in that strike zone. Let it drop back down. And I'm still around the cover. I'm still around the bass. I didn't pull it out of there. I didn't get hung up because I took my time. Now I'm still inching it through there. Little bit. Right now would be a really good time for a big bass to bite my worm. Which one would about right now? But he might not. So my next cast, I'm still in the meat of this cast. I'm still on the bottom, I'm still around cover, still working my worm. but I haven't got a bite yet. So it's leading me to believe there's not a fish right there. Because of course, if I'm working that worm around a fish, he's gonna bite it. At least that's my thought process. Takes time. I'm looking for big bass, so I don't want to get in a hurry, move through the spot too fast. Oop, still in some cover. Now's a good time to think about how lucky we are to be in America, land of the free, home of the brave. And to be out enjoying the great outdoors, chasing big old bass. So I've come through my cover pretty good that time. So I'm gonna go a little bit to the right of where I was and see if I can't get another chance at a bass. So I'm gonna do that now. Come on in. Get lined up, left foot forward, right foot back. Here. Get that worm out there. Got a little bit of wind, so I had a bow in my line, so I got it to the water real fast so that bow wouldn't continue. And then that worm going down will take my bow out. Now, since I'm mainly a guide, I set my boat up to where my clients can throw downwind or just at least quartering downwind so we can get our lure to the bottom and work them slower through the fish. So I'm going to set the boat up to where my clients can throw past the fish, get it down to the bottom, and then work it to the fish. Way down on the bottom. It's kind of a slow gig, Texas rigging or shaky heading, Carolina rigging, but it's the way to catch some really big fish. So if you don't know how to throw a big worm like this, get out, use some of the tips that I've shown you here in this video, and just go out and practice. Just go out, enjoy the day, get that worm down there, get it around the fish, see if he'll bite it. Sure like a big old bite about right now. Just one good one.